All right, welcome to a new series of Tom Knockley Plays. This time we are testing out this game called Potion Craft. So I did play a little bit in it just to get the feel of it, but I was really drawn to this game, which is on the Steam store for its design, its physical, like how it looks. Wasn't expecting the play that it had, so I'm really pleased to go into that. But if you are looking to pick this game up, please do so. Especially if you like games where you have to try and figure stuff out. This is definitely one of the cooler games that I've picked up just on looks alone. So it has an old timey book feel, and you'll see what I mean as we get into it. So let's not delay it any longer and go ahead and start a new game. So you're a novice alchemist. You're a novice alchemist wandering the world in search for your destiny. After a long journey, you have finally found a place to ply your trade. You find an old abandoned house on the edge of town. Judging by the alchemy equipment and garden, the former owner seems to have practiced alchemy. Apparently a wizard used to live here, but the layers of dust and the condition of the house suggest that it's been empty for a long time. You decide to turn the house into a potion shop. After several days of cleaning and preparing, the shop is ready for its first customers. It's time to remember your alchemy skills and start a new life in town. Alright, so potions are made from ingredients. Take 2 terrarias and 2 water blooms from your inventory and throw them into the cauldron. To move the ingredients, just drag and click and let them go. Pay attention to the alchemy map in the laboratory wall. It shows the path the ingredients create once they're added to the cauldron. So as I start to add things, you'll see the path start to define itself a little bit more, and it says to just go ahead and add all of the ingredients that I have in here. Alright, once I've done that, after adding the ingredients, you stir the potion. Stirring the potion will make the potion travel along that way, and you'll see, I'll go into that a little bit more, but you'll see I'm collecting little book things along the way. And now the potion icon is touching an unknown effect, which means that this will create some kind of potion, but we need to go ahead and fire the potion up, see what it does. Just a few pumps with there, and it will add a new effect to the potion, so it's healing. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that potion. Cool thing is, as you are going along, you can make your ingredients more. So you'll see with this only picks it up. It only brings us through the half that S thing. But if you take your ingredients, you pop them in there, and you use the mortar and pestle, that X starts to move down, and that's where that will cut off. So I'm going to want to do that with both of these ingredients. It pretty much saves us from using more ingredients, as well as if you're trying to get an exact match, and I'll show what that means here. So we're going to go ahead and stir using the spoon. You'll see when I get to it, it says that there's a 1 right there. This goes from 1 to 3 in it. It makes the potion stronger, it makes the potion weaker, but we're going to go ahead and create that first. So, yep, created another weak potion of healing. Cool thing is you can use this to save your recipe, so that way if you've got those 2 ingredients in your inventory, you can just use the potion book. We'll go into that a little bit more. I don't use that nearly as much, but sometimes I do. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and finish that potion. So moving between rooms, you have a few rooms in your house. You can pretty much go to the different rooms. Now the far left room in yours is the actual shop itself. This is where people will come in and they're going to want to buy some potions from you. So we'll see some coming up here shortly. Alright, this dude came in yesterday. I was at a friend's party, burned my tongue on some hot soup. Now I can't taste a thing, and I'm a brewer. I need to be able to check the quality of my product. My tongue is useless now. Do you have a healing tincture of some kind? We actually just brewed 2 of those our own. So let's go ahead and give him one. So You can go ahead and sell this because it's the weak quality. He's not going to buy it for much, but it is what he needs. So we're going to go ahead and sell them to that. All right, my husband has been ill for some time now, but recently he got even worse. He now can't get up. So do you have any medicine for my poor husband? Yep, we've got a healing, but this time the tutorial is going to make us haggle. So we're going to go ahead and select that. Cool thing is with haggling, when you are going through, it's going to put more coins on there as you talk to the customer more about like small talk, I guess. But if you click off of those yellow things, it will take some coins away. So I'm going to end it here, and you end by clicking on the green part on either end. So didn't add much, but it added. I don't even know if it added any. The higher the potion originally costs, the more that cap and the more the max and minimum prices will be. So we're going to go ahead and sell that. You'll see we got 10 coins as well as 3 reputation. So you'll often not have a ready-made potion for certain customers. That's okay. You can always go back to the laboratory to make more. So there is no time limit. You can focus on the recipe. The client will not leave. So it looks like mice have infested my hut. Even though I have a cat, the cat just lies on the cabinets and watch the mice do whatever they please. She needs a vial of rat poison. It's easier to poison the rodents than wait for the stupid cat's help. So let's actually go to the garden, which is, if you're in the potion area, it's just to the right of that. I usually check my garden at the beginning of each day, but you can go in here and you can choose the materials that are there and pick them up. So now that we've got these, we're going to go to the laboratory to create a new potion. This customer needs poison, which means that we'll need to create the poison effect. We already know we've got the healing effect down here, but we've got a new ingredient called Firebell, which if you see on the hover to discover portion or over on the potion map, it's going to take us to the left of the potion exploration. So let's go ahead and crush these ingredients. And let's use this new one to move to the left. Now that we've got both of them, we'll go ahead and stir. And we've got an unknown potion ingredient, or an unknown potion effect. We already know that it's going to be poison because we're in the tutorial, so we give that a few pumps, and we create the weak potion of poison. Go ahead and finish that, and let's return to the shop to sell it to the customer. When you are selling a potion, you just pick it up off of here, you put it on here, and then the customer will add some coin right here. We're going to haggle a little bit. She's saying I'm going to pay 12 coins for that. I think we can get her to pay a little bit more. Haggling doesn't take away, from my experience, it doesn't take away any reputation. We'll end at 14. We only get 2 more coins than we had, so we'll go ahead and sell that to her. So once the last customer leaves the shop, you can have a rest in your bedroom. It's located above the laboratory, so we'll go there. So from the potion area, you just go up. In the day, click the bed and confirm that's where you want to go. Let's go ahead and end the day. So you'll see we got, after the tutorial, quite a bit of ingredients. So you've refreshed your alchemy knowledge a little bit. This is your potion shop, so do what you want. Let's go back down to the south and we'll see a new tool right here. We've used the cauldron, we've used this little pump thingy, we've used the mortar and pestle. We haven't used this right here. Now this is the base of our potion, which is water. I'll show you what that does here shortly when we start to brew a potion. There's another room, so if you go down to the bottom room, there's an alchemy machine. I haven't used this yet. I haven't had a game where I've had enough money to unlock it yet, but it is quite expensive. I'm hoping to see what that does in this playthrough. But very first thing of the day is I want to go over and collect any potion ingredients that are out here. You can keep clicking them all. So there are some secrets hidden in the game if you click around. Don't know what those will do aside from just give us more, I guess, experience, if that is. Alright, let's actually set our default for weak potions. We can create the own custom design to it. So weak potions, I want to do that. I'm gonna actually, you know what? Let's make it a little bit larger. That will work for weak potions. And that will work there. Okay. We're going to use these for default for all of our weak potions. Weak potions are number 1, strong potions are number 3, and the way to get the 1 and 3 is by getting it closer towards the outline that it's got here. We'll try and get that during this time, so we're going to go to the shop. So, Alchemist, give me a healing potion. A bandit shot me through the shoulder with an arrow yesterday. The wound isn't serious, but I can't lie around for a whole month. I need to get back to work soon. We're going to go back. We're not going to create a potion by putting the ingredients. We're actually going to create a potion from a recipe book now. So you saw earlier when we created the potion, we saved it as a recipe. So we're going to come here to the recipe book, and we already know how to make a weak potion of healing. And it outlines the ingredients and the recipe that you'd make here. So we're actually just going to brew this recipe. It says we can brew up to 14 of them. But we're going to go ahead and brew the recipe. It's going to do a quick and easy creation of the potion here. You can also use the continue brewing from here, which would follow all of these steps the way it is if you wanted to try and perfect your recipe a little bit better. But we've got the single potion in our inventory. We're going to go right back here. Now, because I used it as a save potion, from a saved potion, it's going to automatically use the defaults whatever I created from the when I saved that recipe. It's not going to use the defaults for the jar that I want to use, the label, things along those lines. But we will finish this up here shortly. So pop it on there. Because it's a lower price, I'm not going to worry about haggling. We're just going to go ahead and sell it. You'll see that we've got the 10 gold, plus 1 star, and plus 3 reputation. So the star is the popularity level. As you go up in popularity level, you will start to see more and more bonuses. The reputation is, I believe, people coming around to the shop. There is reputation you can get. Most of it's going to be from when you... most of the reputation you get is going to be from creating good potions. You can also create reputation by turning away people, and we'll go into that a little bit later. So this guy says we're in trouble in our village. Invasive beetles have taken up our wheat fields. They're eating our harvest, and they're doing it fast. We need to poison them all. We know how to create a poison, but we don't have the recipe saved. We didn't save it last time. So let's go ahead and throw in what we need to create the poison. So you can put them in multiple ways. So if you see right here, I'm going to throw my fire in first and foremost. Grind that up. Pop it into my cauldron, and that whenever I stir, it's going to bring me that way. You can start stirring whenever you put an ingredient in. So I'm going to want to go down to the bottom here as well, because I know that that's what my Terraria does. I'm going to go ahead and pop this ingredient in here right now and stir to bring me down there. You'll see that I've got a potion, so I see it's a 1. It's going to create a weak potion effect, but I want to try and get it a little bit higher, so I'm going to throw another fireball in there. See if, just by slightly stirring my potion, I do get the number 2 right there. So I'm going to try and bring that up a little bit more. There we go. So it's at a 2. I don't have to complete this entire potion path to start brewing my potion from right here. I'm going to go ahead and start brewing this. And it's going to create a potion of poisoning. So it's not weak, it's not strong, it's just going to be default or regular. I'm going to create my, so I used this last time. I'm going to go ahead and create the, this is going to be a little bit stronger, so I used just a basic jar there. We'll use that. We'll still use the wraparound. Let me actually set these as my defaults. Anytime I create a moderate potion, which is a number 2, and I am actually going to save that recipe. That was a pretty easy recipe. I'm going to go ahead and finish that. Now, as long as I have the Fire Bell and the Terraria in my inventory, 2 Fire Bells and 1 Terraria, it's going to follow this exact recipe. Alright, so put that there. You see the potion, I believe it was last time they wanted to pay 12 for that, so we're actually getting more for our money now just by using 1 more ingredient. We're going to haggle to see that price go up. So we're going to start at 20. We're going to talk to him a little bit more about like the weather, the women in his life, some food. This is very sensitive, which means that like when you misclick something, it will make that go down. So we brought it from 21 to 25. We're getting 4 extra gold because we created some small talk. Let's go ahead and sell that to him. Alright, this dude right here had some strange soup for lunch today, and now I don't feel good. Oof. Do you have anything for a troubled gut? No more gastronomic adventures. Alright, so it sounds like he's going to need a healing potion. Let's try and perfect our healing potion a little bit. We know we've got the weak potion of healing. We're going to start to brew from here. So it's going to bring us to this. We know we need to go down a little bit more. Not by much, but down a little bit. So let's try and see if we can create a 3-tier potion. Alright, so when you use the continue brewing, this is the first time that I used, it already brewed that effect, so we can't put in the same effect, so that's my bad. We're just going to go ahead and finish this potion exactly as it is. We did lose an ingredient, but that's fine. He's going to pay 10 coin. We're just going to let him walk away with that. Every once in a while, you'll have some vendors that are going to walk up to your shop and say, you know, hey, I want to sell some stuff. This is one of the vendors. She's the local herbalist. She sells flowers, herbs, roots, and various fruits and berries. You can buy things from other merchants. So let's see what she's got. So we see she's got some potion ingredients here. We've got 179 gold that we can play around with. Much like the other people that come into the store, we can haggle to get better prices from her. My understanding is these, if it's red, that means she's inflating her prices. If it's blue, she's deflating the prices. So I see that the water blooms are on sale this week, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up quite a few of those. You can also sell her some things, but your stuff that you gather isn't going to cost nearly as much as what she gathers. So sees right here that she has wind blooms at 48 gold, but she'll only buy them from you for 3 gold. It's not very fair. I can get more if I brew that into potion, so I'm not taking her deal. But 64 gold, I think I can haggle her down a little bit more. Let's go ahead and bring this down to there. 52 gold. Took 12 gold off of there, so we're going to go ahead and buy that from there. You'll see that there are different goals up top here. We'll cover what that means in just a minute. Let's finish out our day. You can, even if you finish one deal with her, you can always go back and buy more until you end that dialogue and she walks away. All right, this guy needs a strong, fast acting poison. I'd appreciate it if you saved your questions and kept our little deal a secret. Your silence will be generously rewarded, of course. Okay, so this is an example of a curious individual who comes in and we don't know if he's up for to good purposes. In fact, based off of the dialogue that he just gave me, I'd assume that he is probably very nefarious. He's all like, "Hey, I need some secrecy, need a little bit of discretion." I don't think he's up to good, so I'm going to end the dialogue without actually selling him a poison. It will decrease my popularity, and that's fine, but it's going to increase my reputation, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and end decreased popularity, increased reputation, because I turned him away. I didn't want to deal with anybody who is not reputable. So, all right. See, he was summoned to deal with an ice elemental tormenting a mountain village. An ordinary sword is useless against elementals, but if you give me a fire potion, I'll coat my blade with it and take that elemental down. We actually haven't brewed a fire potion yet, but let's go back to the alchemy engine and see what ingredients we've got. We've got a fire bell that, and the names of the ingredients kind of call to light. Anything with fire is going to take you to the left, anything with water is going to take you to the right, wind is going to take you up, and terraria, which is earth, is going to take you down. So that makes sense. He says he needs a potion of fire. So that leads me to believe that, hey, I'm going to want to use some fire bells. Let's actually crush some of that up and stir to see how far left it'll bring us. You see on some of the, on this, you see some of the like very faint dotted lines that take you to the different potion ingredient, or different potion effects. And I see one going to the right, or sorry, to the left and a little bit up. So let's see where this keeps bringing us. Oh, gotta add that to the cauldron first. Okay, I see a potion effect starting to come through here. Let's start to brew right to there, because that takes us to the very middle of that potion effect. Okay, and I think I can go up a little bit more to take that up. So the wind bloom will take us up. Okay, I've got a 2 effect there. I know if I keep going that way, it's gonna take me off course, but I'd say that the 2 is gonna be a pretty good potion. So we're gonna start brewing from there. So you'll see that it has the potion of fire. I'm going to save that recipe so I can use that a little bit later. We're going to finish that potion out. See what he says. Is this what he needs? Yep. So that is, potion will do, but I'll pay something for more if there was a higher grade. We don't have a higher grade yet, but we're going to go ahead and haggle him to see if we can get him to pay more. Hey, some love, some weather. What have you read? Some good books you've read lately. As you continue to use these more, he will become less and less patient with that particular subject. So it makes it harder to click in there. But we're going to go ahead and say, hey, sell this for there. And we got some good positive. What a coincidence. Commandment sent me to fight an elemental too, but this one's a fire elemental. He's gotten into the habit of strolling through the wheat fields lately and starting fires. Do you have anything that can cool him down? So, opposite of fire, we're probably going to want to use our waters. So let's go ahead and explore a little bit to the right. And as you start to explore more and more of this map, it will continue to stay explored, which means that you'll be able to know how to brew a fire potion to get over there, but we're going to want to go see what's over here for the water. Okay, so here's where we're going to run into some skull and bones, which I don't want to do quite yet. What will happen with the skull and bones, when you run into this, the potion effect will start to lower in here. Let me demonstrate that right now so that way you guys can see what happens there. We're going to go ahead and go further into those bones, and I'll crush this up just to maximize that. But watch this little potion bottle, because that's going to be the potion as we start to go into this bones. These bones are a no-go field that will ruin the potion the further you go into it. You'll see that further we go in, it's going to take some of our life out, until we are all the way in and that bottle's all the way gone and it says the potion failed, which sucks, but hey, that's life. So to avoid that, we're going to brew this way. We're also going to go ahead and take it down just a little bit. You'll see that if that dotted line is probably going to be our Potion of Frost, we're not going to take it down all the way. So I'm just going to throw in one of these Terrarias, and we're going to brew the potion this way. Now that we've gotten a little bit further south of that, we're going to go ahead and keep taking it to the right. When you're brewing potions into unknown territory, it's smart to take things a little bit slower. Okay, so I assume that that's probably my Potion of Frost, and I won't need to necessarily grind this up to get it into the 2 category. Maybe even. Nope. Alright, so let's actually brew this out of the 1. So you'll see that we brewed this out of the 1. You're like, hey, if I added a little bit more water, I may be able to get it back into the 2. This water will take things back to the base. So anytime you add water into it, it's going to bring this potion closer towards this right here. So if you brewed it maybe a little bit too far, you can add a little bit of water, and you're not going to want to add much because it will affect how fast that goes closer towards the center. So add some more water. We're going to see what we could do to line it up. Alright, so it didn't give the 2 effect, but I want to get that 2 effect. So I'm going to, now that I added a little bit more water, I'm going to look at my Wind Bloom, which will take me up. Cool thing with the Wind Bloom is it starts out at a diagonal up to the right, so I've actually got it at a good starting point. I'm going to go ahead and add some Wind Bloom in there and start to brew this a little bit slowly. Let's see if I can get... I've got the 3 potion effect, so by using 3 water blooms, 1 of the Terraria and 1 of the Wind Bloom, I can get a 3 potion. So I'm going to finish this potion out. It is a strong potion of fire, and I'm going to want to make it reflect as such. So I'm going to use a bigger bottle. I do like that star, but the broad-shouldered potion bottle, I'm going to use that as the default for the potion. And stick with our custom labeling, or stick with our labeling. I am going to save that recipe because that was a pretty good recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and I'm going to go ahead and move over here and show him this excellent potion is perfect. Let's go ahead and haggle with him a little bit too. Talk to him about some books and some beautiful ladies, some of the weather. Brought it up to 44 coins. So we are good there. As you go up in rumor and popularity, you'll see more and more customers. Rumor has it that you're either a medicine person or an herbalist. Cool thing is, the price they will be willing to pay will go up as well. Let's talk. Actually, this is probably a good place to end the video. Next video, we're going to start to go into some of our talent points. We'll start to go into some of the achievements that you've been seeing pop up here, and talk a little bit more about what that looks like. But for right now, we are going to head to bed. So thank you all for joining me. I will go ahead and call this video to a close, and we will pick this journey up in a little bit. So thank you so much. Talk with you later. Bye.